NVIDIA just dropped something that nobody expected. And honestly, the AI world is still trying to figure out what it means. We're talking about VibeTensor, a complete deep learning system built from scratch by AI agents, not small pieces of code, not helper functions, but an entire working framework. 218 C++ and CUDA files, 60,000 lines of code, a custom memory manager, automatic differentiation engine, and Python bindings. And here is the crazy part, no human reviewed a single code change. The agents wrote it, tested it, fixed bugs, and validated everything themselves. And it actually works. It trains real models on NVIDIA GPUs. So let's talk about it. Alright, so the first thing that made everyone stop was the scale. VibeTensor is not a toy project. This thing includes 218 source files with 60,000 lines of C++ and CUDA code, plus another 50,000 lines of test code in C++, Python, and JavaScript. The system has its own Tensor storage, a dispatcher that routes operations, a reserve mode autograde engine for calculating gradients, a CUDA memory manager with caching and tracking, stream handling, event handling, CUDA graph support, and Python bindings through something called nanobind. It even has an experimental Node.js interface. NVIDIA researchers basically asked one question: can AI agents build a working deep learning system without humans writing code? And the answer turned out to be yes. The agents built it themselves in about 2 months. Now, here is where it gets interesting. When NVIDIA says fully generated, they mean something specific. Every code change in this project was proposed by an AI agent, applied automatically as a diff, and validated through builds and tests. No human sat there reviewing code line by line. The agents ran compile checks, unit tests, and comparison tests against PyTorch to make sure things work. If something failed, the agents debugged it, rewrote the code, and ran tests again until it passed. This is not code completion where you write part of a function and AI finishes it. This is agents building entire subsystems from scratch. Memory allocators, gradient engines, CUDA kernels, all of it. The system is called VibeTensor and it follows the PyTorch design pretty closely. You have tensors, you have operations, you have automatic differentiation. The Python API looks almost identical to PyTorch. You can write vt.tensor, vt.once, vt.add, vt.relu, and it behaves like you would expect. Under the hood though, everything is custom. The C++ code is written in C++20. The CUDA runtime is built from scratch, and the memory allocator uses stream-ordered caching with diagnostics, meaning it tracks memory uses, takes snapshots, and has garbage collection. The agents even built a plugin system where you can load custom operations dynamically through a stable C API. And honestly, when you start looking at what's inside, the engineering depth is real. Let's talk about the workflow because this is where the project reveals how agents actually work when left alone. NVIDIA gave the agents high-level goals. Build a Tensor library, add autograd, support CUDA, then the agents executed a loop. They generated code, applied it, compiled it, ran tests, checked results against PyTorch references, and if something broke, they went back and fixed it. The key guardrails were test and differential checks. Every operator in VibeTensor was compared to PyTorch using DLpath, which is a zero-copy tensor exchange format. If the output from VibeTensor matched PyTorch within a small error threshold, the agent moved on. If not, it iterated. The agents also wrote their own test, and when failures showed up later, they added regression tests to catch those cases again. And this approach actually worked. The system has full test coverage across tensor operations, dispatcher behavior, autograd, CUDA utilities, allocator logic, and kernel paths. The Python test suite runs through PyTest. The C++ test runs through CTest. And there is even a compatibility checker that loads a scope list of PyTorch operators and validates that VibeTensor produces the same results. The agents did not skip corners here. They built a real correctness infrastructure. But to be clear, this does not mean the system is perfect. It means the system passes the test it was given. And that difference matters because agents can write code that works locally but breaks when combined. Now let's talk about performance because this is where things get messy. VibeTensor is currently 1.7 to 6.2 times slower than PyTorch in end-to-end training. The researchers tested three small workloads: a sequence reversal task, a vision transformer on CI-FAR10, and a mini GPT-style language model. In every case, VibeTensor trained the model correctly. The loss curves matched PyTorch, the accuracy improved, and the models converged. But the speed was significantly slower. Across these workloads, VibeTensor took anywhere from 1.7 times to 6.2 times longer per iterations compared to PyTorch. So what happened? The researchers call it the Frankenstein Effect. And honestly, this is the most important part of the entire paper. The Frankenstein effect means that each component inside VibeTensor works well by itself. But when you put them all together, they interact in ways that destroy performance. One example they found was global serialization in the hot path. Somewhere in the system, backward passes were getting forced into a single stream, which meant all the parallel GPU kernels that should run at the same time were instead waiting for each other. And this is the scary part. The agents optimized for local correctness because that's what the test measured. But global performance is not something you can test locally. You need to understand how the entire system flows, how the memory moves, how streams overlap, and where synchronization points create bottlenecks. And agents right now do not see that. They build correct pieces, but they do not see the big picture. This is exactly why humans still matter. The code works, but it is not efficient. And fixing that requires system level thinking that goes beyond passing tests. But here is the counterpoint. Some individual kernels actually beat PyTorch. NVIDIA researchers generated separate kernels using AI agents, and when tested in isolation, these kernels achieved up to 5 to 6 times speedups over PyTorch versions. These are operations like RMS norm, which is a normalization layer used in modern language models like Llama and Mistral. Speeding up critical operations by 5 to 6 times is a real win, but even with those individual kernel speedups, the end-to-end system was still slower because of the composition issues. So you have this worried situation where parts of the system are world-class, but the whole system underperforms. And that tells you everything about the current limits of AI-generated code. The researchers also tested multi-GPU training using something they call Fabric, which is an experimental multi-device system built into VibeTensor. They ran weak scaling tests on up to 4 NVIDIA Blackwell GPUs, and the system worked. Training curves looked correct. Throughput scaled up as they added GPUs, and synchronization happened without crashes. But again, this was a sanity check, not a performance claim. Fabric is not a full distributed training system like PyTorch, DDP, or FSDP. It is a proof of concept showing that the agents can handle cross-device communication and build something that runs across multiple GPUs. And honestly, the fact that agents build even a basic version of multi-GPU training is impressive because distributed systems are notoriously hard to get right. NVIDIA released everything as an open source under the Apache 2.0 license. The code is on GitHub and the paper is on RC. The repository includes the full C++ core, Python bindings, Node.js bindings, test suites, and build scripts. The documentation even has architecture diagrams showing how the dispatcher works, how the autograde engine tracks gradients, and how the CUDA allocator manages memory. And NVIDIA was extremely transparent about the limitations. They explicitly say this is a research prototype, not a production system. They warn against using it for anything real, and they explain the performance gap in detail. That is where we will wrap it up. One thing I'm curious about now is how other companies will respond. If NVIDIA proves that agents can build frameworks, then everyone else will start trying, and the competition will push this forward fast. Drop your thoughts below. Make sure you're subscribed, hit the like button, and I will see you in the next one.